Hey guys, how's it going? Maniac Mower here. Previously on the channel, we had this John Deere 110 that I acquired, I think about 5 or 6 months ago I acquired this. It came here to be a parts donor for my round fender. It had an 8-horse Kohler on it that I wanted, plus a few other things it had that I wanted for a couple other different tractors, such as the engine, the transmission came out of it, the regulator, a few other things. So it's got, last video we put a transmission on it. We also put one of the rear plates that had a hitch on it. The only one that I had that had a hitch was black. It doesn't match the tractor. I wish it was green, but it looks fine. Hopefully once it rusts you won't be able to tell what color it was. I'm not going to end up painting it. We got the transmission rigged up in the last video, got the belt hooked up, springs hooked up, we hooked up the brakes, we put the transmission in, we also did something else, I forget what. Oh, tires. I think in this video we are going to do the front tires. I have a different set of front tires I'm going to put on here. These are going to go on something else. We are also going to hook up the lift assembly. I have a helper spring for this tractor. That is the helper spring right there. There's the bracket. There is no lift on this tractor at the moment. I still need to put that on. We are going to do that probably today. This over here is the helper spring lift that I need to put on the tractor. Once I get this put on the tractor, we'll be good. On the hunt still for a hood, a grill, and a headlight bezel. I think I have an idea for what I'm going to do when it comes to the grill. Headlight bezel, I think I have an idea for that as well. I don't have an idea for the hood, however. I had an idea of taking it off the 69 112 I have around back that I have for sale, but I decided to just leave it alone. I think I'm going to end up keeping that tractor around in case I end up finding a hydraulic pump or something I can put on it, or just use it to pull stuff around. Not too worried about it. I think that is just about it. So let me go on ahead and we will get into this video. I think today we are either going to do the engine, that way we can at least drive it around a little bit before we get too far into it, or we could just go on ahead and do the lift and everything. I wouldn't mind putting the engine in it though and trying to drive it around a little bit now just to make sure that it's all set up and ready to go. But better judgment would probably be to put the transmission in. The engine that's going in here is the one that came out of it before, the one that went into the round fender. Right there's the shroud for it. Reason being, I don't have another starter. I would put a different engine in it, but that engine has a floppy oil dipstick tube, and I don't know what I'm going to end up using this tractor for. Used to be a puller. I took everything off that made it a puller. It had this engine right here. I was going to do a 200 with that engine, but I think I'm stepping away from that project for now. I might end up doing that later. Don't think I'm going to put a fuel pump on the engine for this project. I think I'm just going to have it be gravity fed. That's how I have it on the round fender, and the round fender seems to be doing pretty good being gravity fed. That and the gas tank is right up above the carburetor, so I think it should be able to be gravity fed. Anything else, or is that just about it? I think that is just about it. We need to find front tires for this tractor. Rear tires are okay, temporarily. So I think that is just about it. So let's go on ahead and we will be doing either the lift assembly or the engine. Let me figure that out. I also got to put a mule drive in it. let me think about what I want to do, and then once I figure it out, we will go on ahead and do it. I think the first thing that we're going to do is go on ahead and just take this battery tray out. I was hoping that it was already unbolted. It's weird. It ain't bolted. Is this welded? Did somebody weld this? Oh my God. Somebody welded the battery tray. That's funny. I wonder why they welded it. Well, that's funny. I kind of wonder why it got welded to begin with, actually. You're supposed to stay where I put you. Well, I guess. Shit. I wonder why they welded that. I can't bring myself to believe that. I can't believe somebody welded that. This battery tray don't look very good anyway. Trying to see if I can get that to break. I don't think I can. The weld to break. I'm gonna rewire this thing. Well, somebody welded this battery tray in, so maybe we won't be able to do anything underneath of it. It's up a lot higher than it usually, lower actually, than it usually would be. There we go. Yeah. No, maybe it's not. I think it is right where it should be. Well, I guess we'll just leave it here. I'll have to work around it, I guess. Take this key switch out of here. I need their channel locks. I think I'm actually going to use vice grips first to get the key switch out. I'm just going to go on ahead and get the key switch out of there and everything. Let's see. There we go. All the wires seem to be loose. There we go. I wanted to just rip it out of here, but I don't, whoa. Somebody drilled that out. That's great. This thing might end up needing a little bit more work than I had anticipated originally. What do you guys think? Do you think that we'll be able to get these terminals off on this solenoid without ruining that solenoid? I almost wonder if the thing's even good at all. Grabbed a 1/2-inch wrench. Cool. Came loose. I didn't think it would. They both did. That's awesome. I'll probably end up taking this out of here, more than likely, and clean it out. There we go. Take that out. Not sure what I'm going to do with this key switch. Probably find out what key goes to it. Even better what it came out of. Here's the bolt back. That goes here. Oh, this can come off too. I don't need it. We'll take that off later though. Wouldn't mind finding out if this is any good or not. I don't think it is. Then this would go to the starter on that 110 engine. And this here. That really makes me wonder why somebody welded that battery tray in there. I don't understand that. If you look at the holes, you can tell it was welded in there. I tried hammering it too and it didn't come out. This right here. Here's your PTO. What that goes to? That. Somebody cut the PTO, I'm noticing too. Oh, all you see is the solenoid. Actually, it looks like somebody had cut the PTO arm up too, I'm noticing. If you look at it, it should be a lot longer than that. Taking a look at this. Oh, maybe not. It actually looks like I think they just cut the linkage off of it then. Let me pull the linkage off my 71. Once I do that, I'll be back. The linkage that goes here. So to get to the PTO linkage, I'm going to have to take the battery tray off, it seems like. So, not to do anything special, but just to get, unless this is long enough and I don't have to, I'd like to take this out of here though and clean it up. But maybe we can. I don't really think this 110 was worth saving. It's making me wonder if this thing's worth everything I've done to it so far. But we've already started on it, so I guess we might as well continue. There we go. Take this out. I'm not sure what this is. If we can swap that tag onto a different dash tower, we could take that tower off of that one and throw it on here off of that 71. Not sure what I want to do right now with this thing. I'm limited on what I can do because what I want to do is take that center column off there now and take that tag off as well and put that tag on that 112 tower over there. Keep that tag, but I don't know. Right now it ain't looking that way. If it wasn't for this stupid battery tray being welded in, we could get it out. I ain't shown you guys that yet. You can see it's welded. The holes are plugged. I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but the hole is plugged right there. So somebody had welded that this over here too, that one's plugged up, and on the other side they're plugged up as well. I wish I would have seen that. If I'd have seen that before, maybe I wouldn't have done this. And also somebody had drilled this out right here. Well, yeah. So I guess, generally speaking, we probably ought to just go on ahead and forget it. Take this center column out, put a different column on here. Probably that 112 over there, the 71. Take that one off, put it on here, take the tag off this, take the tag off of that. What do? Just take them rivets out? I think that's how you get them. Take off those rivets, put it on here, and get it where it needs to be. Just bolt it down to here. Take some little bolts. I think I have some little bolts around here I could use. Then I guess once I do that, put that 110 tag on here, get this thing running, and then we got a 110. With everything that this thing has on it, I think it would probably be best to go on ahead and consider switching them, judging by the fact that the battery tray is welded in. You can't get to anything back here. Somebody had drilled that key switch out to put that other key switch in. Not really much else to be alarmed about, but that's my concerns right now. That's pretty much just about it. So let me think about it, and I'll get my idea, and once I get my idea, I think we'll continue from there. But I am leaning more on the side of replacing this because that has been drilled out and a few other things, so stay tuned. I think I have decided I am going to take this column and put it on that other tractor because I can't get the damn battery tray out of it, and I really don't want to sit there and fight with it. So I think this would probably be the better way to go. Then we can take everything else that I need out of this tractor and put it in that one. I almost wonder why I didn't just use this frame instead. I think I know why, though. It's because of that. So that's about where I am right now. I'm going to go on ahead and get this off of here. I can't remember how many bolts hold it on. I think I've got pretty much all of what holds it on off. There should be something over here, but it don't look like it. So this is unhooked. What am I missing? I feel like there should be another that's loose, maybe. Yeah. Maybe it needs a good pry on it with a flat end. Maybe that's what it needs. There we go. Grab a flathead screwdriver. Let's see. Oh, I see. Right there is a bolt that I missed. Apparently this is different than the others. Huh. Hopefully this won't have one of them in it. That would suck. I won't be able to get it out if that's the case. It's either a 9/16 or 1/2 inch. I'm going to say 1/2 inch, but I grabbed a 9 just in case. 1/2 inch. Yeah. I am back. Let me grab my wrench. Oh, there's another one of them right there. Where's the one that needs to be this guy? Yeah, like I said before, it'll suck if that one has one in it too, because we can't get to it. That tray's welded in. I did try drilling it, however, and I could not drill it, so can't say I didn't try. Yeah, see, now it's starting to move. Look at that. Let's see. Yep. Now we got to get this steering wheel off. Hopefully that won't be too much of a pain. This has a nice steering wheel emblem to it. That came out easy. Looks like iron got in there. Or rust, whatever you want to call it from the water. I'm gonna guess 15/16 for this bolt right here. Nut. Yep, look at that. Okay. Don't want to budge. Stay. There we go. That one on that 110 might be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. This may or may not come off. I'm not going to guarantee anything. Oh, it's the same size on 110 as it is on that. If the steering wheel, nope, I didn't think it would. I tried. Let me grab a hammer. If I have a hammer around here. What we can do with a rubber mallet is hold on to this and hit on these threads. Try not to break it at the same time. Although I figured that would happen. We could put the bolt back on there too. I got another way of doing it if that don't work. I'm not going to put any lubricants on it for those of you wondering. You watched me pull that off, so you know I haven't put anything on it yet. Ready? I think it started to move. think it did. Get that off there and then we'll find out. Sure seemed like it did. Okay. I'd like to not ruin that steering box, because that's a good steering box still, but unfortunately. If we had a crowbar or something we could put behind here, then maybe it wouldn't be as big of a problem, you know, but trying to think of a way to pull on this, push on that, some kind of puller, but I don't have any pullers around here that I could use, or a puller at all, so I guess. I don't have any other lubricants, but I've heard gas works. A little bit on there like that. Maybe it'll decide to loosen for me. While I let that loosen, we'll come over here to the 110 and get this off here. I've heard of putting motor oil on them too. I'm not quite sure how true that is, but I'm sure we could try that next. Ready? Turn this all the way this way. There we go. Let's see. Get that off there. I don't see no other washers. This one's going to be a pain to get. Maybe that will work on this one. This steering wheel is a little bit smaller, so maybe it'll work on here. That's just going to tear it up, make it worse. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I was not expecting that. I'll have to search for a 110 steering wheel. I mean, we could temporarily throw that one on here. Camera light's flashing. Well, maybe I'll end up having to do this off camera because the battery camera light's flashing and I got to put this on the charger, so this isn't very entertaining here. I'll do a time lapse of it, maybe, maybe not. And once we get this done, we've got it done. It is the next day. I sat down and did some more work on this 110. I managed to get the steering wheel off of it. I'm sure you guys aren't going to like how I did that, but the steering wheel, I was trying to get it off, and one thing just kind of led to another, and I started getting a little bit pissed off over it. So I took a hammer, because as I was trying to get it off, it was already starting to fall apart. So I thought, hell, I might as well just go on ahead and let this thing have it. So it was on here. I beat it with the hammer. You can see it did bend. I managed to get it off, but pieces of it were flying around. And I got to show you. The tractor's where it was. I still haven't gotten the steering wheel off that 112. It's still on there. I'll show you guys. All the pieces right there's some pieces of it under the tractor right there. What really surprised me is as I was hitting it, you could hear the pieces fly. But one of them, I'm not too worried about that steering wheel. I have this one. I was going to probably end up throwing that one on it anyway. But I have pieces all the way back into this office. I don't think I really ever film in here, but right here's a piece. As you can see, there's a piece of that steering wheel, and over here's a piece of that steering wheel. So it kind of made its way through the shop. That's about the farthest, and you can see some out here. That's about the farthest that I have seen them. Oh, it looks like some got in here too. I don't see any more. Yes, that is a hot water tank. It's not hooked up or anything. We replaced the hot water heater in the house, and I, for whatever reason, decided I wanted to keep it. But that's about the farthest I have seen any pieces. It's going to take me forever to clean all that up. I don't see none in here. I thought that was one, but I don't think it was. Nope, none up here. So, yeah, I got the steering wheel off of that 110. The center column is still on it. I have not done anything with that yet. Actually, I did. But this bolt inside ain't coming loose. The ones on the side are, so give you guys an update. It's the next day. So over here's that 112. I'm still trying to get that steering wheel off. I'm trying not to beat it too bad, but I've got a funny feeling it's not going to make it. So, but I did let it soak last night. I put some gas on it. I was convinced to try motor oil, but I didn't. So that's where I'm at with this right now. I'll bring you guys back. Hopefully when I bring you back, that'll be off there and on to this tractor. I was told if I take a hammer and I gently push these rivets out from the inside of the dash tower, those will come out. I have not tried it yet, but I'm also debating what I want to do. If I want to use this column, I don't think it'll match the tractor too well, or do I want to use a different one? I have one upstairs. It came off of, what did it come off of? I can't remember. But that's where I'm at so far. I think that is just about it. So I'll bring you guys back shortly after. I lose my breath pretty quick flinging that brass mallet around, and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me sit here and cuss. That and the battery on the camera is dead. So I'll bring you guys back once I get this taken care of, once I get that steering wheel off of there. We'll pull this column off, we'll get the variator lever off, and get things switched around. I have decided to go on ahead and forget it. This is not going to come off. I did some thinking about it, and I remembered I had a dash tower upstairs. I got the steering wheel off, by the way. This right here is the one that I had upstairs. I started thinking about it and thought maybe I ought to use this one. I don't know how to get the rivets out for the tag. I was told that if I take the rivets out of this tag, I could put that tag on this column. Another reason I decided to use this column is because I'd say this one probably matches the design, the style, the color of this tractor a lot better, because it's a darker green, that's a lighter green, that one's been repainted. This one I think is original, and it's a darker green, so it would probably match this a lot better. So that's the way I'm going to go with it. I do have a fender pan for it and everything upstairs. I have not brought that down yet. The static you hear is the radio. I had it on, but it went to static, so I just pulled the camera out and started filming. So that's where I'm at right now. I've been whaling on this thing with a hammer. I put some oil on it because I had started giving up. As you can see, I put some oil on it and the thing just won't budge. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to have to hunt down a steering wheel. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this one like I was telling you guys earlier, so I think right now this is kind of what I've got to play with. So let me turn the radio down. I'm going to hunt for a steering wheel. If I can find another steering wheel, I will. If I can't, we'll use that one or try to get this one off of this tractor. I've been whaling around the brass mallet on it. Where is the brass mallet? There it is. I've been working with it for about an hour trying to get that thing to come off, and it will not budge. I think I've gotten to the point where I've started bending the steering wheel. Not too terribly bad, but you somewhat notice it. I wouldn't mind getting that off either, so I can get this little plastic piece right here off and put it on. Oh, this has one. Never mind. We'll just take that one. So that's where I'm at right now with things. Let me get the radio turned down and hunt down a steering wheel, and we'll get back to what we was doing on this. Been digging around. I do have some other steering wheels, but I don't have another round fender steering wheel. And the other steering wheel I have for a 100 series is on a tractor. Not that one, but one around back. The 68 110s are supposed to have a round fender steering wheel that is actually factory, for those of you who did not know. So I think what I am going to do is go on eBay or somewhere and order a round fender steering wheel and get that to put on the 110, because it's supposed, this is the steering wheel the 68 110s are supposed to have, for those of you that did not know. I didn't know that neither until I actually did some research on it and found out that was true. So we're going to use this one temporarily, not permanently, but just temporarily, unless I can find a steering wheel that's not on a tractor around here somewhere. The only ones I know of are on tractors currently. The one on the 216 is easy to remove. I have that one loose, but I'm not going to pull it off and put it on here and risk it getting stuck. So I'm going to hold off until I have the round fender steering wheel. Still not quite sure on how to get the tag off of that tractor. I guess we're going to find out with this. Not quite sure what year this one is. I think this one is a 70, I think. Maybe this is a 69. It's a 112. I looked it up. It's a 112 tag. I looked it up a while ago. I got that. When did I get that? I can't remember. I think I got that with the... No, I didn't get it with the 68. I can't remember. I don't know what I got that with. I might have got it with another tractor that I had, or it might have came off one of my frames. I don't think it did, though. Oh, that came in a bundle. That came with the 71 along with a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to guess it's... I looked it up a long time ago. I'm going to guess it's a 70. It might be a 60s. 112 or 110. I'll have to look it up. I don't think it's a 110. I think it's a 112. If it is a 110 and it's a 68, then we'll throw that on here. If not, that's fine. I think the next thing that I want to do is try to get that battery tray out of there. Let's be honest, it's not going to come out willingly. And it's already rusted up and bent, so once I get that out, get this pulled up, I got to get this variator lever off too. Yeah, I guess that'll be next. Let's go on ahead, get this variator off of here, the lever, get that off there, and I think that'll be... After that, we can get the variator off, the lever. Pull this up, take that amp meter off, take the... Leave the light switch on. Take that off. I did end up putting this in the ultrasonic cleaner. This is actually the throttle linkage, and it did free it up. And I thought that was really interesting that, oh, it's not, yeah, there it goes. See? This was stiff, now it moves, which is awesome. So it's going to go on this tractor and be the throttle. So, cool. I do have more linkages I need to throw in the ultrasonic cleaner and try to see if it'll work on them as well. I love that ultrasonic cleaner. That thing just, it has paid itself off plus some with all the things I've done with it. Here's a 210, that choke linkage I could throw in there. It does more than carburetors, folks. For those of you wanting to get an ultrasonic cleaner that don't have one, get one. These ultrasonic cleaners, I cannot stress how awesome they are. This thing has paid itself off, plus it's probably even bought me another ultrasonic cleaner with everything I've done with it. You don't have to take anything to a shop. When you have one, you can work on it yourself if you know what you're doing. And it just makes things convenient. You can fix a lot more in it than carburetors. I've put choke cable in it, throttle cable. I did that one. I've never done it before. I just kind of experimented with it. I've put starters in it once before and it's cleaned them up. Not put together, I took them apart, but then I put it back together and used it. I think that one went on the 73 that I ended up doing that with. I can't remember. So, those things are awesome. I recommend it. If you want one, if you're looking for an ultrasonic cleaner, get one. I was going to get a 10-liter ultrasonic cleaner, but I thought that would be a little bit too big, so I stuck with, I think this is a 2-liter. Vever is what I have. And you can see right there, Digital Pro. Good little machine. It does awesome for me. It hasn't given me any problems. It's done what I've asked it to plus some. So I like it. I recommend it. Not sponsored by them either. So don't say I'm sponsored. I wish I was. Anyway, so we're on this 110. Solenoid broke off the mount. So I don't know if that solenoid's going to be usable or not. Oh, I see what happened. The bottom of it broke off. So if we look at it, odd. That's neat. So, need another solenoid. I think I have a whole bunch of solenoids around here, though. I should be able to scrounge one up. Not sure if this meter is any good. I haven't tested it. So, let me get this loosened up. We'll get it pulled off here and go from there. I wouldn't mind knowing what this is stuck on. And everything that should be unhooked is unhooked. I doubt that choke linkage is, and I really don't want to fool with it actually after just now doing that, because great. Yeah, that's stiff. That's going to need to come off there and be ultrasonicified. So how does that go in there? It just goes through this hole right there. I'll bet you that's what's giving me the trouble right now. Yep, I figured. I don't think I'm damaging it right now. I think all I'm doing is just taking this little stupid coating it has off. There we go. Yeah, now it wants to move. Hopefully that was the problem. Look at that, it's coming up. coming up and I don't see anything caught. Ha! I got it. Whew, shit. That took forever. I think since I'm in here, I'm going to go on ahead and probably replace that variator. It might be okay though. Like I said, I think another thing I want to do is get this fuel line or choke cable, something done with it. It doesn't want to move. More than likely end up throwing that in the ultrasonic cleaner as well. What all would need to come off of there to get it into this? I mean, what would need to be done to that to get the column to fit in here? That tag would need to come off. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Parking brake right here. Wow. Not bad. Don't look terrible under here, at least. I want to replace that variator. I'm really kind of tempted to do that. And I think it would probably be a wise decision looking at it right now, but I think that maybe it'll free up. Same time though, I don't know. Turns. Okay. Tractor's in gear, I can tell. What's it in now? Reverse or neutral? I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. Get that off there and drop this. How do you drop this? Well, it just goes down and then I'm debating if I want to replace this as well. This column seems like it's okay. It would just need to be, it's tight. Not a lot of play in it at all, so I'd say grease it up and maybe it'll clean itself up. This, you know what? Since we're in here, we could probably better you know what? Let's go on ahead and replace that variator, and while we've got the variator pulled out, we'll pull this off. I'm almost tempted to replace this as well because looking at this tractor right now, it just does not look very good at all. I don't think I have another lift assembly though. This lever would need to come off. I don't have any other ones I know of except that, but I've pretty well confirmed that the whole tractor would need to come apart to, unless we take the one off of a 200 series, maybe we could get after this on one of the 200 series. It's not gonna want to stay down. It's stuck for whatever reason. Somewhere in there. Maybe we can get this guy to free up. if we can get this guy to free up, I'd imagine it probably needs a new spring. Get that to free up and, I don't know, maybe drop another variator in there as well. This would have to be loosened along with that. That would have to be loosened. This would have to be loosened. Then you've got some bolts over here to take out as well to get the lift assembly off the tractor, and then I think pull it back and it should actually, no you don't. Those 3 bolts hold that plate on down there. I don't want to take that plate out. I just want to take this off. Right? I can't. It's been so long since I've had one of these apart. I can't remember. Pull this out, move this back. I think that's all you got to do. I don't think you have to take the bottom out, but you might. I'll have to go back and probably watch them videos I filmed on the patio. Getting that apart. We could probably get this off here though. Take this. I don't know what's stopping me from taking the variator out, but maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to just leave it on there. And there. I think that hooks up to the rear linkage. I don't have rear linkage for this though, so I don't need to worry too much about that. This bolt right here takes the variator out. And this nut here. I think the nut's welded, right? I feel like the nut's welded. I think it is. If that comes loose, that means the variator wants to go and be removed. Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, I guess not. That nut's not welded. I thought it was. Damn. Huh. The weld must have broke. Okay, so yes. What size are you? 89/16 French. Apparently, that's not welded. It is on that one. Yeah. There is no variator assembly in that, and that's still there. Huh. I don't know. I'm really tempted to replace this variator, but at the same time, do I really want to fool with it? That hooks up to, goes back. I think I have another variator. I went over and looked, and I do have another variator. This came out of the 68. I can't remember what was wrong with it. I don't think it was a problem with the tractor, but that moves pretty good and it looks nice. I can't remember what the issue was that made me replace this, but I guess we'll keep it over here just in case. Take the variator assembly out. That pin right there comes out. That holds this. Then that assembly comes out on its own. That spring's hooked up to it. Okay. I think I see what needs to be done now to get this out of here. And I guess once we get that out, we'll take the lift linkage, the lift assembly off as well. You guys can see. Grabbed a 9/16 wrench. I'll grab a socket actually instead to take this bolt. I forgot about that. Ready? There we go. That is completely out of the bolt and nut. Let me get this belt off of here. Everything's still hooked up. I just gotta take this belt off. And once I do that, I should be able to I'm going to go on ahead and just, oh, that's right, that spring is hooked up. I forgot about that spring. I got to undo it real quick. I was wondering why it didn't want to come off there. Let's see. There we go. Now this should come off of there easily. Well, awesome. Take that off. Is this going to come up or is this going to go down? I think that needs to be unhooked. Put it back down into its little groove. There we go. Pull that clevis pin. Shove that out of the way. I guess while I'm in here, I don't need to pull that piece of linkage. Too long since I've done this. Pretty much to the point I have forgotten how to do it. What am I hitting? That pin. Oh, God. What am I hitting? That. So this needs to go that way. Damn it. Where the hell? There it is. That needs to stay for right now. Okay, so we're hitting on that. I'm not too terribly worried about it if this gets damaged or not, this variator. I'm not going to fool with it. I looked at rebuild kits a long time ago and they're just expensive. So I think I'm just gonna probably put this away or do something with it, give it away, I don't know. It would be nice. That's catching though. If it'll just stay in that position, I can get it out. Okay. Okay. Don't move. I won't. Why does it favor that spot? What am I missing? Here. There we go. Ha! I got it to pass. There we go. Look at that. Took me a second, but I got it. So, that's out. This assembly needs to come out too. This usually isn't too terribly bad to get out of here, but you never know when it comes to it. I'm gonna hold off on that though until I have this pulled out. This assembly for the lift. Can't fit that in there. However, that in there. There we go. I was worried that would do that. Although it is turning, so I guess it won't be terribly bad to get out. And I think if I'm correct, this piece here drops down. This will come back. And then once that comes back, this should go down. I'm going to have to look at that 71 and find out how the lift assembly comes out of it. Or the preferred method would be to fix this one. That's not welded, I think. Yeah, I figured it wasn't welded. Okay, well, it was pretty easy though. It's probably not a bad thing I'm doing this either. If I wanted to, I could probably just go on ahead and repaint it. Clean it up real nice and paint it if I wanted to, but I'm not in it to do that. I'm in it to get it running. I don't care that much about painting it all up, making it look good. I like it rusty personally. That's kind of why I tried to make the center column fit and work. But unfortunately it wasn't going to work, so match one up that looks like it. Once you match one that looks about the same or the same condition to it, you're good. You don't want to have dull parts in some places and shiny parts in the other, because that just asks you for trouble. That's loose. That assembly should come out. At least I think. Maybe it doesn't. I'll bet you gotta take that bottom plate off too. I figured. Yeah, I figured I would. And the battery light on the camera's flashing. Move you guys back. Luckily, I don't think any of these have bolts on the other side. I think they're... Got that lift assembly off there. That was a little bit more of a pain in the ass than I was expecting. These bolts need to come out holding this little bracket on here. I think those are 7/16. Once those come off, we should be able to get that off of there. Are they bolts? No, it is. Hopefully this will come off. Not sure if I'm going to try to reuse this lift assembly or if I'm just going to replace it. I've thought about the idea of just replacing it. Would probably be the easiest way to go. But I don't know if I have another one of these around here or not. Out of a tractor I could throw on here. There we go. This thing was a pain to get out of there. I had it recorded. I was recording, but unfortunately the battery died on me, so it's not on video, which is probably a good thing with everything I swore at. So then this should flip around, and then that should come off of this assembly. I'm hoping. Right? Yes. I thought so. So then that will slide right out. Cool. Put that over there. This right here is what locks into place and keeps the mower deck or snowplow or whatever you have on there from moving. That's rusted, so that's what we need to free up. My hope is we can free that up. That way we don't have to replace it. I have to do too much work to it, hopefully. Trying to get it to move. I guess the thing to do would probably be to send some oil down that tube. We'll do that very quick. I don't know where that goes. There we go. Let that go down the tube. I think it just goes right down and then to here. This is where the assembly is that we gotta get out. If the top would pop off, that would be nice, but you can't get to it without having the thing free, because there's a spring underneath it here. There's a spring inside of that up here. The hold there pushes the button up. Without that button being put up, you can't take that off and change that spring. That's also the way to pull the linkage out and change the linkage, but I don't need to do that. I just need to get that out of there. So it looks like it's starting to move. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm going to end up having to exchange this for a different one. That'll suck. We're trying it at least. Somebody was welding on this, it looks like. Maybe it won't come up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this thing's going to move, and I've already got it off. I guess it probably wouldn't hurt to just go on ahead and replace it. Let me look around and see if I have another one in better shape. I'm not sure if the 1 in 200 series lift levers like this are exchangeable. I'm sure they probably are, but take a look at that and find out. Probably wouldn't hurt to just pull the... I wish I wouldn't have put that transmission in there now, and we would have just pulled it apart and looked it over first to make sure that everything on that tractor was good. That, or use that 112 over there instead to make a 110 out of and just put that tag on it. We still got to do that. That reminds me. So we'll see. We may end up even just swapping everything, stopping on here and moving it all over there. Because that one, I'd say that 112 looks in better shape than this 110, judging by everything that we're going to have to do. So, I don't know, like I said though. If we can get this 110 to work, then I will. If we can't, then we'll do something with that. So that's where I'm at right now. Look around for a lift setup. I think I have one pulled out of a tractor. I probably don't. Let me take a look around, and if I do, then I'll grab it. If I don't, then oh well, we'll do something with this. So, alright. stupid thing won't come off, so we're going to make it come off. I've been messing with it for about an hour trying to get the steering wheel to come off earlier, and I've pretty much, I think it's safe to say this steering wheel shaft is gone. I've done it before. I don't have a puller. I've been looking for one, but I don't have one. So I've done this trick before and it worked, the old brass mallet. So give it a good smack right there and it should drop. I guess that's, let me grab a hammer. The problem with that is it's too big and I'd like to be able to put a emblem back in here. Oh well, I guess. Why doesn't that want to? See. Well, that sucks. Well, I guess another thing that we could do I've pretty much run out of ideas on how to get this off of here. This worked last time. Wailing around a brass mallet kind of wears you out though rather quick. Very quick. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a whizzer wheel and chop this. I think I'm gone to that point. I'm wore out. This thing is, I think I've accepted defeat. So for now, that's where I'm at. Got some good news. Got this to move. I put a pair of vice grips down here on the linkage and beat on it on the table like that. And as you can see, it started coming up. Bad news is I think I bent this rod. So I'm going to end up replacing that rod, which is no big deal. I kind of planned on replacing it anyway. And I think the spring up here is bad, so we're going to go on ahead and replace that as well. I do have another linkage I can throw in this, so that's not really a terribly big deal. There we go, that's better. Trying to find a good spot to work on this so that you guys can see it and so I'm comfortable as well. Trying to remember. This button I don't think I'm going to use. If this linkage breaks, that's fine. That's turning, so that's good. It's really crusty. I'm sure you guys can hear how crusty that is. Yeah, that was definitely rusted solid, yeah. There ain't no spring in there that I can find, so take this out. How does that come out? Well, maybe we'll end up leaving the link. I'm not sure how to take the linkage out or if it'll come out willingly. Got it that far. I'm almost tempted just to actually leave it in there. I probably should instead. I don't know how easily it'll come out or go back in, but it does need a spring. And I think I am going to replace that button. That or take it to the wire wheel and clean it up. I do have another button though that we can use, so let's go get it, and the spring. This is that 200 that's been sitting up against the wall. I actually forgot, I did use a little bit of oil on that to get it freed up and come off, so it wasn't completely dry to get that to come up, but to get it off it was pretty simple. This button is probably going to end up going on that tractor, on that lever. Okay, how do you get the spring out? Not bad. There we go. I saw it. Okay. Let's take the spring and button in there and we'll throw a button in that. That or just leave it, we'll see. I would just put that button back in here, but that button is just so messed up and rusted out. I really don't want to put it back on here. So we'll throw this spring in. Try to keep the linkage up all the way. This thing's pretty freed up. I'm sure it'll hopefully go together easily. There we go. Put that in there. Should have probably sent some oil down with it, but I think it'll be, should be okay to do now. If not, a lot better. There we go. Oh, perfect. Goes down all the way, comes up all the way. Great. So, wrap this around with duct tape or electrical tape, whatever, and it should fix it. I'm going to take this up front. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to do something with it. So, take it up front, clean it up, put it in my drawer. I think what we are going to do now is take this. It's all lubricated and ready to go. Stick it in there, stick it back in here. Actually, I should probably just take this up front. Clean these up. Yeah. I think it should be okay. So it is. Throw that on there. There we go. Take this. Where'd that go? This went over that. I'm tempted not to put this back on there, but I probably should. I didn't do that on the patio. Let's just go without it, I guess, and see how it goes. I didn't put this back on there on the patio. I didn't see a need to. I mean, it holds on there pretty good, so it's just if you end up taking that off. Yeah, nah, let's put that back on there. Benefit of the doubt. If Found some anti-seize, by the way. And I also was digging around. I was looking for a flywheel puller, and I found a couple torque wrenches I forgot I had. Torque wrench I forgot I had, so that's cool. I'll have to experiment with it. I got it to replace the one that I normally use, and I kind of like the one I have better. So I just kind of stuck with that. But I found this one, so I might try using it again and seeing which one I like better. It just kind of got put away and forgot about. Take that, put it in there. Where's that lock washer that I had sitting here? It disappeared. Unless that's it right there. Cool. Put that back on there, put this on. Throw this on there. Get that tightened down. I would say once that's tightened down, we should be able to throw this on the tractor. For building it, we really haven't put too much into it. I'd say we've done pretty good. I was worried that I'd start having to put money into this tractor. I saved up all the parts I needed for it, which so far we've been doing pretty good with just using parts. Anyway, we've got that, so go on ahead and get it on there. I gotta remember how it goes on. Let's see if I can remember how to get this on there and do it without swearing. Earlier, there was a way that I did it. Came out. I almost wonder if it would have been easier just to leave it disassembled until we had it dropped in. Take that out. So then torch that off. That'd be easy. Hey, a lot easier. I think we could get it in there. I'm sure there's a way to do it, a technique to do it, but I don't want to pull that out. That's what I'm trying to avoid, is pulling that out. The what's it called? The clutch pedal assembly. I'd like to leave that in. Get that come over right there. Maybe if I turn it. There we go. Ha! There we go. I would say figure out what I'm going to have to take out to get this to fit. Or looks like our parking brake thing broke. That sucks. Oh, put another one in there, I guess. Where is it? Everything appears to be in, but for whatever reason it's not turning. Looks to be good. Now if I can get this to turn around, oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm hitting the top. Well, how did we get that in there? I don't want to pull everything out. I'm probably going to end up having to take that assembly out, which I'm really worried about having to do that. I'd much rather not have to tear the whole tractor apart just to do something this simple. That's crazy how much rust is on this tractor. There's so much on the floor and just everywhere. Thanks. I'm trying to remember how I did it on the patio. I don't think I pulled that out. I may or may not have pulled the assembly off for the clutch. I don't think I did, but I might have. Because I'm hitting. We all. Damn it, almost had it where I wanted it. I got it. So, grab the... This thing just takes your breath away, doesn't it? Here it is, right there. That's the plate I need. Shit. Take that and put it there. I think the next thing to do, trying to figure out whether I want to hook it to the front first or the back. When I say front or back, I mean this is the front, this is the back, where I want to hook the tractor to the or the lift to the tractor. Awesome. And it locks in place now. Cool. I guess what we can go on ahead and do now is we can put the one in underneath since the, well, actually, never mind. Not sure how long this video is. I think I'm going to go on ahead and end it here. Not sure if I want to go on ahead and end the video now or if I want to continue on, put the rest of the lift assembly in and get that taken care of. I don't know how much I have filmed. I guess we did take the dash column off in this video. I think next video we're going to take the tag and try to put it on this other dash tower that we have. And we'll probably end up trying to put the lift on this tractor. We got the lift lever solved, so that's good. That goes up and down now and the button doesn't stick down no more. So hopefully that should be the end of that problem. I can throw the helper spring on it now and not have it, well, I gotta put the rest of the lift assembly on. I guess we could do that in this video. Get that done and taken care of now. Variator is still out. I have not put the variator back in yet. I was waiting to get that lift done before I put the variator in. There is a little bit more we have to take off. I do need to put the choke cable in the ultrasonic cleaner. I will do that here later. I think I am going to go on ahead and end this video here. I'm sure it's pretty long by now and I'm getting kind of tired. It is kind of late. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys checking out my channel and watching me work on this old rusty junk, POS. fellow YouTuber calls it rusty junk, and that's what he says, so I like that name because this is rusty junk. That probably should be in a junkyard, but I'd say we can get it running. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out in the shop with me today. I really appreciate it. Keeping me company. I think I'm going to go on ahead and end this video here. I would say we've gotten pretty much everything done that we need to get done in this video to get different segments. Might as well make it different segments, I guess. Not a bad idea. So that's it. We got the lift set up, fixed. We got to put the deck lift underneath the tractor, the snowplow lift. We got to do a dash tower, figure that out, get that assembled and put on here. Need to do a couple other things on this tractor, but I think that we've pretty much got it now to the point where we should be good to go. I am going to put tire tubes in these front tires. I think I'm going to leave the ones on here now. So again, I'm not quite sure on that. I may replace them, I may not. I might just leave them on there. I need to find out if the one holds air. This one's got no valve stem, so I can't put air in it. The other one over there does though, so I can put air in it and see if it holds air. I don't think it does. If it does, it don't hold air very long. I think I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you all in the next video. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the shop. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys liked what you saw. Working on this old rusty junk. Rusty junk pile. And I guess that will be it. Take care.